from start to finish in all these little clips. I also post what sold videos as well as hauls. First of all, the first thing that you noticed was I opened up all of my windows here. I do try to work from 10 to 2 where the light is the best, but it is a little bit of an overcast day today. So I think I'm actually going to turn on my ring light here. Oop, and it is unplugged. Now when I photograph, I do sort of just take a little piece of clothing, like a chunk of an armful of clothing from my other pile, and just put it over here. It is on top of bins, so it is a little bit easier for me to just grab, hang it up, and take a picture of it. I'll be completely honest, I could store all the clothes over here and it would be so easy, but it's less overwhelming for me. I noticed for myself, when I see the big picture and I have so much to do, I get a little bit overwhelmed and then I just never even get to it. So just taking it in small chunks, it makes me feel like, okay, I can get this little bit done, set it to the side, go and maybe start some laundry or something, come back to another chunk. So it just makes it more realistic for me, a little bit less overwhelming. So then I just have hangers hanging up on my closet. That makes it easy for me to go ahead and grab. So as I am listing or as I'm picking up different items, that's when I determine if I am going to list them at all. Might be difficult to see, but this is stained. So I'm actually throwing this to the side to put in my laundry pile that will probably sit there forever because I have all of this clean inventory to get through. I know a lot of people would say to batch that, to go through all of the different items of clothing first. But like I said, I tend to get overwhelmed, and if I make too many piles, then I just honestly never get through it, and I sit and sit and sit on those piles forever. So I literally, when I get huge hauls like I did, this was some of the free inventory that I picked up from somebody that I met through Nextdoor. This is in the same condition that she gave it to me in. We just packed it up in my car and I brought it in my house, and I'm looking through it as I am listing. So this is a loft romper that I'm going to be listing here. So I grabbed a hanger, just putting it on my hanger here. Doesn't seem to need to be steamed, but I do have my steamer here just in case. Grabbing my phone. Now I do take pictures in square mode, so I am going to go ahead and switch my phone over to square mode, step back, take a picture of the whole piece, then I take one of like the top half of it, and I take the bottom half. Particularly with rompers, I pull out the bottom to show that it's like a romper and it's split on the side. I see if there's any side zippers. There is. I take a picture of that. Take a picture of the size tag. If there's any extra details, like in this one, there's buttons on the top, materials tag. Ooh, and I noticed there's pockets on this one. So I stick my hand in the pocket, take a picture, look for the materials tag. Don't see one with rompers. Sometimes it's up on the top. Okay, it was like mid. So materials, 100% polyester. I don't know if that many people look for the materials tag, but it's usually pretty easy to find it and take a picture of it. Take a picture of the back, and then that's it. So what I do from here, set the hanger down, and then I'll grab you for a second. All of these clothes here are what I've already photographed. So I just throw it on that pile, and then when I go to list, I just grab a handful of these clothes and go ahead and get to listing. This next piece here, looks like it came from her husband. Same hanger. I think I'm going to have to steam this one. Oop, and it's got a little stain on it there, so that is going probably in my donation pile. Let's try this next piece. It's a loft piece. It looks pretty good. I try to make the decisions on what I'm going to do with the piece right away rather than holding on to it for a while. So if I know like it's something that goes well on flip, I will start a flip pile as I'm going and list that way. This shirt looks pretty good. Taking a picture of the entire thing, kind of the top half, bottom half, get a little bit closer on the bottom because there is detail on it. Size tag, materials tag. Sometimes on loft pieces it gives you the date. It wasn't on this one, but if there is a date or a specific style number, I will take a picture of that tag as well. Back of it. Set my phone down, put it in my listed pile, grab a new piece. So this photograph process for me actually goes pretty quick. If things need to get steamed like this one, I steam it on the spot. Again, I know some people say batch it, but then I need somewhere to store all of my items that are steamed, and I'm working out of my guest room, and that's just not reality for me. I know a lot of people are full-time and they have all this space. I don't. I know most of you don't as well, so that's why I want to share with you what reality is, because sometimes reselling can be kind of glamorized and it's really not. It's a pretty simple task. Your hair is probably up, you're probably looking like a hot old mess taking pictures of somebody's used items. This one, as I'm steaming, I'm just kind of thinking through of my different pictures. It does have some of the armholes. I'm looking to see if there's any damage, if there are any rips. So when I do steam, it gives me a little bit of an opportunity to get a little bit deeper into looking at the items. And you guys know, I have mostly loft pieces, nothing that, high end. So I don't spend, oops, see, the ring light went out again. I accidentally knocked it with my foot. You can tell the difference in the lighting, I'm sure. But anyway, because these items aren't the most high end, as long as they're kind of presentable, I just leave them as is. I don't necessarily go crazy and iron them and get every single little wrinkle out. As long as they're in a little bit better condition than what I started, they are good. So I don't even know what this is. It might be Athleta. It is. It's Athleta. I guess I've had enough Athleta pieces to know what I am looking at here. So that's pretty much my entire process when I go to photograph items. If you are interested in knowing how I actually list my items, stay tuned for my next videos to come. Again, if this content is interesting to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That allows my videos to continue to show up on your homepage and the homepage of others, and it allows us to continue to learn and grow together.